This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2006 F250 crew cab long bed. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's a Lariat, which is leather. Has 109,535 miles. It was a theft recovery purchased directly from an insurance company in Hayward, California. It is on a salvage title due to theft, not collision. Basically, the insurance companies do not want any liability after they sell this vehicle after it's been stolen and recovered. They give it a salvage title that divorces them from the truck. When I'm in the truck driving it, I'll explain to you how we fix it so that you can get insurance and plates on the vehicle. It's not that big a deal. When I get there, I'll discuss that. We got it here. First thing it noticed is that the paint was terrible. It was really faded, been out in the sun. So we had the truck painted. Unfortunately, our painters, I mean, it's actually a decent, I don't know if you're familiar with Mako paint, but it's Mako paint. It's not perfect. It's got little things in it, you know, here and there. It's not perfect, but they put on these emblems and then they put some glue on them, and it ran on the fender, and it shows up with this chip in the door, which irritated the shit out of me. So both fenders have that exact thing and that chip in the door. Needless to say, I'm a little bit OCD, so that's driving me crazy. Anyway, it's got really high tread tires all the way around. We didn't paint this upper bumper cover. We want to try to keep the price down as much as possible. This is the way it looked on the truck. Exactly. That's it. So we just left it like that. Someone wanted the little rhino line blackout upper bumper cover, so we left it there. Let's see. Then we sent it to our shop that we have do all of our diesel trucks, all of our vehicles now. They're great. Monsoon Automotives. And they did the following. They did a lube, oil, and filter, brake fluid system flush, air filter, one injector. There was no code, but one of them was slightly off the others, so they replaced it. They repaired theft damage to wiring harness. That was a pain in the butt when they tried to steal it from under the hood. Anyway, labor was $1,308. Parts were the injector of $108, and then we sent it to detail and the paint. The paint was $1,100. Okay, obviously, if you want a perfect paint, you pay about $3 grand for this. I will show you receipts for the labor when we get inside the truck, as well as the Carfax and the invoice. I think I already said that. Anyway, I'll show you the invoice and the Carfax, I mean, in a second. It does have a catalytic converter, which is rare when they steal them from California. Usually they steal the cat, but they didn't. So it's there. What else? Oh, the bed. The inside of the bed was some nasty black paint. I'm not really sure what their plan was, the previous owner's plan was on this thing, but I can show you what it looks like underneath. We had this bed liner sitting around. Obviously it doesn't fit perfectly, but it looks a lot better than that. Okay, see that? I'm not really sure if that's like what was rhino liner and they took it off or something, but if you don't want us to take that out, we can. You could probably shave off that edge and get it to fit into the lip, and you'd have a bed liner. This bed liner does not fit a long bed Ford truck. That's why we got this in there, but you could make it fit if you wanted to. So if you don't want it, let us know. We'll pull it right out. Not a big deal, but in my opinion, it looks a lot better. It's got these little brackets on the end of the deal for mud flaps if you want them, which actually might come in handy at some motor vehicle departments in some states, like Arizona, require them. When I take it in to do the level 3 inspection, that is going to be required. So let me fire this guy. 109,587 miles. Open this. Alright, we have a Ford stamp here. That means this is the original fender. Ford stamp here on the core support. Obviously we have a Sinister coolant filter, which is nice. Those are really nice. Sinister diesel product, very nice. Ford stamp here, Ford stamp here. Should be another one right there, and there is. So all the front end parts are original. They haven't been crashed and replaced. Take off the oil cap. We're going to look for blow-by. Very light blow-by. That's excellent. When it's bad, you can't see through it. All right. And I locked the door. Today is one of those days. I'm having a very poor day. There we go. Very poor day with door locks and windows, and I'll probably have the window lock on too. I'll have to walk all the way around again in a second. That's my day. Yes! Oh my God. Well, I guess we get to demonstrate everything. Boom. There. There. Window, up and down, door lock. Your door locks, right? Heated seat, seat forward, seat back, seat up, seat down, tilt up, tilt down, tilt up, tilt down. All right, as I promised you, here's from Monsoon Automotive. There's the VIN, okay? 127.21, which was yesterday afternoon we picked it up. Lube oil filter, brake fluid system, electrical system service install, modify wiring harness, air filter, fuel injector. $1,308 in labor. This is the price for an injector. This is for 12131, which is this truck. You'll see the stock number on the back window of the truck. Here is your Carfax. There's the VIN. History of events affecting this vehicle's value. They blend the history, which includes the salvage title from theft, and the history, and they come up with a value of $17,950. Okay, even with the salvage title, that's what they say it's worth. There's your VIN. Theft. Blah blah blah. All right, it's born in California. Bum, 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 bum. 623 of 20, it's stolen, and it's recovered, what, 3 weeks later, 714, which is just enough time for the insurance company to pay off the victim, and that's what gets a total loss, which is salvage. That's the limit right about there. And then 127, Monsoon Automotive did that work for us, okay? So that's that. Here's the title for the truck. There's the VIN, okay? It's a CSAA insurance. They signed it off to, CSAA signed it off to Wheel Kinetics with 109,535 miles, okay? So now you've seen all the paperwork, which is important. Now you know where that is, where we're at there. Make sure I'm not locked out. All right, I've already locked myself out once. Try to keep stupid down to a minimum here. It's very difficult for me today. I'm not hitting on all cylinders. It does have this above video thing, but as you can see, they stole the stereo. So whatever that's hooked up to probably goes to that. You're gonna need to deal with that yourself. We don't do radios or video systems. What's important is how they run, not the entertainment system. And so, and everyone has different needs. They want, you know, USB, they want Bluetooth, or they don't care about that stuff at all. They're good with a $10 used Ford radio. So we stopped doing radios many years ago, and it's actually worked out quite well for us. We actually stopped doing tires for the most part, unless they're really shot a long time ago also, because some people want big tires, some people want small tires, and we're putting tires on vehicles and then finding out that they're sitting in the garage the next day on their garage floor because they went to Discount Tires and bought new tires. So kind of didn't really matter. There's the locks. There's the heated seat on and off. Seat forward, seat back, seat up, seat down, tilt up and down and down. This seat has been recovered. This whole seat cushion has been recovered. That's why it looks so good. That was pretty ratty. That needed to be done. There's your tilt wheel. All right, let me get in this guy. It's supposed to pour tomorrow. Let's see. Anyway, you could tell by all the connectors that they had some sort of a wild system in this car. Anyway, let's see. Air conditioning. Boom. There's that. Tow. I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. Tow is on. And then tow is off, right? Let's see. I'll do a systems check. Engine temp okay. Transmission okay. Oil pressure okay. Brake fluid level okay. All doors closed. Air filter okay. 80 miles to empty. Okay? So that's your systems check. What else we got going on here? I think this is a pretty weak motor in this. It is. Those things are notorious for that. I would just leave it closed because it's about a $600 part to fix it, and you have to take the back seat out. It's a huge pain in the ass, and I don't even know why we have sliding rear windows anyway. Your trailer brake. Boom. What else? Let's see. Oh, those, I don't think those work either, because no, maybe they do. No. Whenever the flasher says off and it's permanently off, that means they're not working. So I'm gonna back up and just pretend I'm pretty close to the garage right now. They should be going off. So in up, and that's another thing. We don't do tire monitors and we don't do parking sensors either. Because of the obvious, they're a pain in the ass. Before low, now we're in low, put it in drive. What about the basics, this part? And reverse in 4 low. Good. All right, neutral, go to 4 high. Now we're in high. In reverse. All right. Neutral, back to 2-wheel drive. I'm kind of curious if the fan controls, temperature controls from the steering column, temperature up, temperature down, they work. Obviously these don't, because then you have cruise control, but in a Ford you have to be moving, so you can't set the cruise when you're not moving. All right, if you come to Tucson to drive this home, how do you drive it home on a salvage title? You don't. We have to take it to the cops to get what's called a level 3 inspection. Once we have that level 3 inspection done, we can get a restored salvage title, okay? Once we have a restored salvage title, you can get plates. We can issue you plates to drive home with, and you can get insurance, mandatory, both of them. We charge $200 to do that for you, okay? So it's $200 to restore the vehicle. Then you have taxes. Taxes are your state tax rate, whatever that is, plus our city tax of 2.7% and a $250 dock fee. So if you come here to drive it home, you're going to pay your state tax plus our city of 2.7, $250 dock fee, and $200 to restore the title. If you pay by wire and ship out of state, all you're obligated to pay is agreed to come price, and that's it. There'll be no tax, no dock fee, nothing, unless you want us to restore the title. Then we'll add $200 and we'll take it down to motor vehicles to get the title restored for you. All right. Deposit's $500. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. Until then, it will stay for sale. Make sure you get your deposit. If you're an out-of-state buyer and you're going to ship out of state, please let us know at the time of purchase whether you want us to help you ship it or not. We could roll the price of the shipping into the price of the deal, into the deal price, or we can just give you some phone numbers. You can call yourself, or you can do it all yourself. But if you need help, let us know early so you can get your truck quickly. This thing runs great. Really nice truck. Really good running truck. That's all that really matters with this type of truck, is how it runs. It runs good. Last part of every video I say the same thing, and I've said it for many, many years. Probably 14 years, for maybe almost 15. And probably 4,000 or 5,000 vehicles. We don't have salesmen. We don't have bottled water with our name on it. We don't have a cool room to hang out in, lounge with an attendant serving scones and lattes and sandwiches. That's a half mile directly east on this road is the Auto Mall. And there you can get all that stuff, and it's not free. That's in the that's definitely in the price of every vehicle. That's why you get that sticker shock there, because you're paying for that. But it's a lovely afternoon at the dealership. They also, have a really pretty location and nice roads. We have basically terrible pothole-filled roads, but They pay a ton for their rent, so you got to pay their rent when you buy a truck from them. You don't have to pay our rent. We don't have rent. It's $1 a year. Our uncle let us have this property for $1 a year. So we have a lot of advantages in keeping the price down that they don't have, okay? The other advantage we have is, well, let's start with them. If this truck breaks and they sell it to you, they can fix it with the money they charge, because they add another $500 to $700 for every vehicle just for future repairs, because they know if something breaks, you're going to come back and scream at them because you paid a fortune there. Well, you didn't pay a fortune from us, and we're not fixing your truck. That's how that works, okay? The only disadvantage to buying from us is that the day you own it is the day you're the owner, okay? You're saving thousands of dollars, for one reason, many thousands of dollars, just because of the title. But you're also saving a bunch of money because you're not paying for all that crap. The salesman and the blah and the blah and the blah and the blah and the lattes and all that stuff, and the future repairs. You're not paying for any of that stuff with us, so you're saving a bunch of money. Throw in the title, which is a piece of paper. It has nothing to do with the truck being wrecked, because it wasn't. Then you know how we can save you money, right? And we can't save you money if we're going to write a check for things that break, because we didn't charge you up front for that like everyone else does, right? Yeah, I'd be glad to charge you $2,000 more for this truck, just like they would, so that you know, if an injector goes bad or something, or a window motors go bad or something like that, we can afford to pay for it. But instead, we're letting you have the money up front, and most likely this truck will be fine for many, many, many thousands of miles. It's gotten the basic services done, so you know, I just showed you what was done to it, and it's a beautiful truck. That's about it. I'm gonna go home. Thank you for your time.